Hi, everyone. Thanks for being here at Soulprint Intuitive Tarot. Welcome. So this is going to be based on the title, sort of a final peek, right? I want to take a look at both campaigns, see how they're doing. It is Thursday. Happy Halloween for those who celebrate. Uh, and that election is Tuesday. Okay, so we're at like the weekend, basically. So I want to take a look and just see what the campaigns are going to be like, but sort of now and Tuesday, see what's going on there, um, and and take it from there. Sorry, I got distracted because I really wanted to remember this for um, for Pendulum Friday. I expect, could be wrong, but I expect that there's going to be a lot of, is this person or that person going to win the race? I'm sort of prepared for it, but I'm asking this. In order to not overtap sort of my energy, I request that if you ask that question, I want this information. Is Brown, Republican, or Smith, Democrat, going to win in Oregon, in this state, in this county, in this district? Okay. What it will do is it just allows a sharper focus. And so if you're going to ask those questions, I expect that there's going to be some. Please give me enough details so that the answers can just easily and quickly flow and we can keep moving on. Okay, so we're going to start with Trump campaign. I will tell you I'm recording this on Tuesday. So honestly, God only knows what may happen between now and Thursday morning when you see this. But I guess we'll take a look. All right. So Trump and campaign, Trump and campaign, Trump and campaign. Okay. This is what you can anticipate. This is where they're at right now in their heads. This is not about results. This is about the energy between sort of now and final voting. They Trump is absolutely convinced that he's going to win. And the reason for this is that he really, really didn't think he was going to win in 2016. I mean, he really didn't. He didn't want to be president. It was like a marketing scheme. So now, when people are saying the same thing to him that they said in 2016 was, oh, it doesn't look good. It's going to be a really tight race. You may not be winning this thing. All that's going on in Trump's head is, yeah, but I won in 2016. There's no reason I'm not going to win now. So that's it. Okay, which is part of the reason that he's off and he's rambling and he's saying these insane things and he's not making any sense because he is now completely immersed in his bubble of reality. And the people around him have no option but to honestly humor him. Okay, so these are the initial cards. Okay, he's got the Ace of Wands and the Six of Wands. It's the victory card. But this is what's going on in his head. He absolutely believes that he's going to win and nothing's going to stop him, and that's just how it's going to be. The Four of Wands. A lot of communication, eh? A lot of talking going on. A lot of back and forth. The people around him are doing everything they can to keep him cushioned. And there really is a little small part of me that kind of feels sorry for him, because it's bad enough his cognitive have so declined. But what he's got is he's got people around him who are pumping him up and feeding him these stories. And so when it doesn't happen, it's not a wonder that he gets angry and he's confused and he can't figure out what the hell what went wrong. And in his head, the only thing that could have happened was somehow it was stolen. Somehow he was cheated out of this. I understand why the people around him are telling him these fairy tales, because it's about their security. It's about their, they're keeping their place, their position. Because honestly, there are going to be Republicans who are going to look at, okay, well, who stayed loyal to Trump at the end? That's who I want to, have help me with my next campaign. Or that person then, is sort of in line for some special recognition. So that's what's going on there. So you have a whole bunch of people who truly have, oops, sorry, I dropped cards, who truly have different opinions, or a different agenda than one would think would be reasonable and responsible right now. You got the Hermit, and then you've got the Ten of Swords. So the reality of the situation is simply not going to register, because they're living in this space where only their thoughts or like thoughts are basically allowed. So when the election happens, there's going to be some confusion and a problem. The other thing that that they're just telling me, between now and November 5th, it was all those wands, right? The messages coming out of the Trump campaign are going to be head spinning. And to some limited degree, they're actually going to be able to rein him in and tell him to just bloody read what's on the teleprompter. The pushback that he is getting with regards to the Puerto Rico thing, the Springfield thing, he's starting to recognize that maybe it's doing great things for his base. And he doesn't understand that his base isn't big enough to win this for him. But so what's coming out of his mouth is going to become more and more outrageous. And the people around him are going to do what they can to try to harness it, minimize it, pull it back. But don't be surprised, okay? Just don't be surprised, because, in some ways, it reminds me a little bit of the attitude that the Republicans had during their convention. This is going to be a cakewalk. This is fine. Don't worry about it. Now, seasoned politicians were not thinking that way. Or maybe they were. But there is a recognition now, and frankly, a low-grade panic, um, in a lot of Republican areas, a lot of Republican candidates who are, I mean, they're seeing the writing on the wall. It's Trump and Trump's campaign that is not, okay? Um, and I mean, of course, there are some who are just going to, keep those blinders on. But honestly, even the ones that are saying, oh, it's going to be great. Don't you worry. You're winning this, blah, blah, blah. Even they know, or a significant number of them kind of know the truth, but they're not prepared to make him angry. They're just not. Because he has become so volatile and so erratic and he's threatening to go after anybody who doesn't like totally agree with him about everything. So no one's going to push very hard. It's honestly, you know what? It's a really sad thing to see how many spineless people have been put in positions of power by the citizens, by the people. And I suspect that that's not going to be something that is going to repeat anytime in the near future, because the wisdom that needed to be gained from this whole episode has been gained. And you can tell that simply by the early voting turnout. Okay. Let's take a look at Harris-Walz's campaign and see what we've got going on there. Now, one of these days, Trump is going to get so angry that I really think some part of his brain is going to implode. I don't wish it upon him, but it's energetically he's just in a rage all the time. All right, let's please focus on Kamala Walz and Harris-Walz and the campaign, their campaign. What's going on there? How do things look? Harris-Walz election and campaign. Harris-Walz election and campaign. Harris-Walz election and campaign. They're not letting up. Okay. There's that. They've been saying all gas, no brake. They're going to do that literally until the polls open on Tuesday morning. And I'm thinking at that point, there can be no more sort of politicking going on. I'm not sure if that's true. I know it is in Canada. Like once the polls open, there is no any kind of election encouragement, I guess, right? Parties aren't allowed to like keep on campaigning. They are continuing to work, and they're working very, very hard. They have so many resources, and this is the thing. Like, not only do they have money, buckets of it, not only do they have really smart, seasoned election staff, they have a I don't the word escapes me, like the media, like the instant commercials that are made when something stupid happens or he says something stupid. That nobody has ever had that much. It has never been that fast, that succinct, and that on point ever. And that's a new thing. And ultimately, they have an incredibly smart and experienced candidate. So nobody is taking anything for granted. And even though there is now talk that a lot of the recent polls that are skewing right are being manipulated. And in part because in that way Trump can say, all the polls had me winning. What do you mean I didn't win? But there's already talk about the fact that those are not accurate. They hear it. They know what the numbers are. And they know what's true and what isn't true. There's going to be continue to be balance. Okay, they will continue to do the work. They are going to continue to stay focused. They will continue to embrace everyone who wants to crawl under that tent or into that tent. Sorry, they. It's just literally, it's like all gas, no brake. Okay. They're not going to stop what they're doing. They're going to keep on. They're going to keep on with the same intensity, the same focus, the same commitment. Wheel of Fortune. Others have said, and I don't disagree at all. Somewhere in the stars, it has been written that she will sit in the Oval Office. I guess the only nagging question is, will it be as a result of this election? I tend to think yes. They're going to have good luck. They're going to have just sort of literally like stuff breaking to their benefit. And some of it truly is karmic on both sides. Kamala is receiving rewards for previous work, and Trump is receiving some difficult lessons. High Priestess. This is, normally this talks about secrets coming to light or things being held. And to some degree, it is just sort of about things still being held back. There are some things that are going to sort of get released. Just in the last couple of days, I want to say like maybe Friday, Saturday, that are still being held back. So whether those are a certain kind of commercial or whatever it is, her campaign stop, which it's going to be, let me see, you're going to see this on Wednesday. No, you're going to see this on Thursday. So yesterday on Wednesday would have been, or Tuesday. I'm sorry. I'm so scrambled already. But her rally at the Ellipse is going to be very, very well received. And to a large degree, I suspect that there's going to be some sort of media that's put together showing the difference between her rally and the January 6th debacle. Okay, so there's still stuff. They have far more support than people realize. It goes back to the voters who are not being polled. Right? Even voters who have not yet voted, who may be part of the sort of silent majority, if you will. There is also a significant number of female Republicans that are voting just not voting Republican. One of the things that has happened is that the campaign has really elevated what campaigns can be. And in many ways, that's setting a new standard. There's been so much cruelty, nastiness, and negativity coming out of one side of the campaign, and one side only, that even for people who don't pay a lot of attention, even their stomachs are just turning, okay? Because this is not the country that they believe or thought that they lived in. Ultimately, where are we? We're at justice. So that which is going to be just and right and of the light will transpire. Yes, there is anxiety. Yes, there is worry. In part, I think because people who are aligned behind Harris are so aware of how incredibly important this election is. And there's this sort of awareness that the other side is going to do whatever they're going to do to try and hang on to this thing, by hook or by crook. And so, yeah, there's concern, there's worry, there's concern about, how everything is going to come together, how it's going to fall together, how results are going to be tabulated, all of it. But ultimately, you end up with the Ace of Pentacles, you end up with strength, and let's not forget we have justice. So that seems to be what's going on in both campaigns. Thank you very, very much for being here. I guess I'll see you tomorrow for Pendulum Friday. But until then, you take care and be well. Bye for now.